and welcome to the NXT review. I'm Adam Wilbourn from WhatCulture, joined by Dolly Boy's brother, Michael from WhatCulture.
Die.
But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube, where we not only review the show formerly known as NXT 2, but AEW Dynamite, Collision, pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a round of the week complete with a very good quiz, of course, on WrestleCulture. As I said, though, joined by Michael Sidgwick to review last night's NXT The Go Home Show ahead of Halloween Havoc. I said this wasn't going to work. Not yet. Shut the... Thanks.
It's excellent. The show wasn't as ever. There was something I really liked on here.
Me too. Several things, but I think we might agree on one of them.
One thing. So we'll have
Stick around.
We'll have some fun with it, I suppose.
And another dramatic performance by myself and Michael Sidgwick. If you missed NXT, and often people don't bother watching the show and just get the recap from us, you basically it's a shot-for-shot remake is what we're going to do a little bit later on. But I'm so excited for Halloween Havoc now for a variety of different reasons. So much so that I think, tentatively, we've just put together an idea to review it on Monday.
We might just do it, you know. We might just bloody go and do it.
And it's because of Check's Notes. Broken Matt Hardy, of all people.
Well,
I popped huge when he came out. Well, not when he came out, when he came out of the lake and appeared.
We'll get to it. I will reserve my thoughts on that until we get to it.
But let's start at the beginning of the show because we start off with a big recap of last week, obviously, and then out come the culling. Obviously, Tatum Paxley, number one contender. She's very excited. Is he still supportive of her for now, at least?
For now.
Yeah.
I was watching her. Watching her closely.
Mm-hmm. She gets a lovely "You Deserve It" chant, which she does. We're big fans of Tatum Paxley.
No, she's very, very good.
And she says, "Guys, I friggin' did it." She said she outlasted 19 other women. She finally gets a one-on-one shot for the NXT Women's Championship. It's been 4 years since we saw her at her lowest. She's lost her friend. She's been alone. It's a bit weird again to be like, I've lost my friends. They were released.
Yeah.
But one thing that's been consistent and always had her back, the fans. They've stood by her side. And she's on her way to her first PLE, and how fitting it is that it's the scariest night of the year. The 25th of October.
Yeah.
Everything's going right. She couldn't be happier. She's got the culling. She's got her best friend, Izzy, who cares for her when others try to just use her. And she vows to bring singles gold back to the culling. But here comes Fatal Influence, featuring, of course, the NXT Women's Champion, JC Jane, who's like, enough of all this. She's like, Izzy, you going to tell Tatum or shall I? Fine, I'll tell her. She doesn't stand a chance, kind of else chance, basically. Look, she's got all the support of the NXT universe, but deep down, not a shot, basically. JC says, I may have started out as the most beatable champion, but now no one can beat me. She calls Tatum a creepy little weirdo. Says, you're not special, you're barely average.
That's a good line, that.
Yeah, she was good here.
Chuffness.
Yeah, she says, you should have just let Izzy Dame win, because at least maybe then she'd actually have a shot. Tatum's like, nah, you can't get in between us. You can't, do this. People, think about you. It took you so long to get where you are. No one expects me to win, but I could just keep getting better, just like you did, training day in, day out. And on Saturday, you better bet your ass it's my time to be champion. Fallon Henley's there, of course, alongside Lainey Reed too. Fallon calls her tater tot. Storied history of that insult in WWE.
Yeah, you just wouldn't touch it, would you?
No. She says, oh, you're so excited. It's going to be even sweeter when you lose as a result. Maybe, hopefully the culling won't leave you. Izzy's like, didn't you literally just kick out someone of Fatal Influence? And she says the culling will always accept him for who she is. JC's like, I used to have so much respect for you. You're an independent, confident, strong woman. The leader of the culling, in my opinion. But since Tatum came around, she's a bit more of a babysitter, aren't you? He's like, no, I'm in full control of my group. A little power struggle in the culling there. Is that anything? But Tatum eventually says, look, I know my friends support me. You guys only have each other's backs when it's convenient. I also know that my friends are happy for me. Can you say the same, JC? And she says, Izzy and her are willing to prove that tonight. Another tater-tot reference from Fallon Henley. And JC Jane says, be careful what you wish for, weirdo. And it kicks off into a fight, sets up a tag match for later on in the show.
Yeah. If you can ignore a couple of factors here, factor number one is that they present Tatum Paxley as if she's like 14 years old. Mm-hmm. It's so bizarre. In WWE, you're either over 35 or you're 10. Either Tatum Paxley, who's treated like, this, I don't know, long-running bit, not that we do bits, but like, I don't know the order of the schools. A sophomore, freshman, middle school, like she looks like a kid.
Yeah.
They treat her like a kid who, she's probably like, I don't know.
It's time to play the game! Time to play the game! Ha 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 ha!
How old is Tatum Paxley? I will be the quiz master.
Okay. I'll go 29.
I've not Googled.
I don't think she's actually that old, but I always think that I guess too low on these things.
I'm going to say 26.
Ooh, here we go.
What did you say?
29.
You win, you're closer. She's 28 years old.
Well, she's 28 until she's 29, of course.
Yes, of course, of course, of course. So if you can ignore the fact that she seems like she's all of her friends have gone to a different school in middle school or whatever, it's ridiculous. And if you ignore the fact that content-wise, this is just generic suck-up to the fans material. She was sucking up so hard that I thought everyone in the audience was going to have a boner. But they're only there to goon, so they probably already did.
Yeah.
If you can...
She's literally playing a role half her age as well.
Indeed, yeah. If you can bypass those two factors, just ignore all of the content pretty much of the promo and the presentation of the character, and instead just focus upon the incredibly talented and hardworking performer and her poise and her enthusiasm and her ability to connect with the crowd. It was like Yeselmania, this. The people loved her.
Yeah.
It was a really good performance, but you can only perform crap on NXT, correct?
No, but I get why people might not like it. But yeah, I'm willing to look past a lot of this because, like you say, I think I don't know anyone who just dislikes Tatum Paxley, and I think they've built this really well.
Here's another, we'll do a Tatum Paxley quiz, improvised. Where was she born?
Georgia.
No, you get 3 guesses.
Okay. Little Cock, Arkansas.
No, I would have popped, and I would have popped.
Yeah, I thought for a split second maybe that's, you glanced at that and gone, oh my God. I'll try and get the state. Florida.
No, all wrong all the time. Dallas, Texas.
Oh, Texas was going to be my next one. Don't know why I didn't say
Married to Big Body Javi.
Is she? Oh, Big Body
another
Javi.
couple produced before a WrestleMania headliner. Well done. Well done, the performance.
What are they doing?
You successfully built a zoo.
What are you doing down there, guys?
Sucking and
Right. We have to get to what came next because I've been excited about it from, the moment I watched this show last week, basically. Because Stax is walking through the back with his fiancée, Ariana Grace, and he can't help but notice that Santino called him his future son-in-law last week, and she's like, yeah, we've been talking about our relationship, obviously. Stax wants Ariana to accompany him to the ring. This is fantastic news. They could hard launch their relationship with the TNA Triple X Division Championship, of course. Ariana says, I'll do anything for you, Channing. He's like, prefer to be called Stax at work. You're embarrassing me. And I was like, this is wrestling heritage.
They could build something with this. Genuinely, they could.
I'd give them both the men's and the women's world champions.
I know you would. I know you would. I know you would. I know.
But
let's pump the brakes.
I know I'm biased, but I definitely think there's something here.
You know me. You know my sensibilities. You know my opinion of the show could not be lower. If they, and I'll repeat what we said on the preview, apologies, but if they build a storyline in which Stacks convinces Ariana Grace to, sort of put the old, apply the old pressure to Santino, and this could be, right, a version of, remember when? It's 2017? I think it was 2017. They did the Kurt Angle is Jason Jordan's dad. Right? Yeah. And you just thought, there's potential here, even though no one believes that.
Yeah.
There's potential because Jason Jordan had this kind of like innocent beaming face. But if he was like secretly a Nepo baby leaning on Kurt to go, what if he could have been this like really disingenuous, insincere heel who was because like the thing with heat and wrestling barely exists, but people do identify with like, I hate that about you because I see it in other people, or I like that about you because I see it in other people. Like, I know people who have jobs or have held jobs because of who they know.
Yes.
And the fundamental idea of that, even if you don't know them personally and you're just thinking of like actors who get jobs because of who they know, or like politicians, etc. That's not fair. They could have done something with this.
A mate of mine, on that topic, I went back to Warwick Uni a while, it was a few months back.
Yeah. I remember one of the stories you told about the people you knew there.
Yeah.
Is it something about a cup?
I ain't got time to tell that now. But I was watching one of the talks because one of my mates was doing it because it was like they had like a panel and there was like quite a famous film producer was on it. There was a famous young actor on it, and my mate was on there because he like has done directing stuff both in theatre and TV and stuff like that.
Fancy connected thing.
And I thought, wow, this kid actor's like they said, here's so and so, and he's been in such. I was like, that's amazing. Like, what a springboard to go from Warwick to that sort of thing. And I googled it afterwards. I was like, oh yeah, his mum's really famous.
Yeah,
that's why he probably got all these roles instead of me. But yes, you're absolutely right. And yeah, it was weird that the whole thing was strange. Obviously, like it's like da-da-da-da-da, and the punchline is it's Chad Gable, Swerve, it's Jason Jordan. And then they were just like,
keep being a
babyface, but everyone hates you now.
Yeah. But don't act heelish. Like what we were doing here.
Oh, well, dear, it's time to shut up shop for the fruit and veg.
Yeah.
And a shopping trolley place that we have combined to open. Bling.
It's like a supermarket, mate.
We need someone to provide something to throw at Elias, I think.
Something like that. And we were all meant to go, he's got an edge, this guy. He's really funny. Don't cross cool Jason Jordan. He'll prank you.
They kind of got it, unfortunately.
What?
I'm glad he's doing all right now. He's obviously doing a great deal of stuff with WWE and a really unfortunate time with the injuries. Right at the end, just before the unfortunate injury, they kind of got it for a bit,
They would get a tiny bit.
He was like, me and you, Seth, probably best tag team champions ever, right? Like, there it is. Why didn't you do that from the beginning?
Yeah. An odd development. But the idea of Stacks as a little Nepo baby.
Like constantly getting title opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I failed completely and was being clean with the X Division Championship, although he's probably going to have an excuse after this.
It's like they were touching my chick.
Yeah. Any chance I can get a world title shot?
What they could do, I know this is stepping on the dick of the preview, but Stacks could go up to Santino and go, like, obviously, who caught her?
Javon.
That Javon. He laid his hands on your daughter.
Did it? Because he
need another shot
behind her and like grabbed her waist.
Yeah. It's like he laid his hands on your daughter, my fiance, but more importantly, your daughter. What are you going to do about this? What are you going to do about this?
I'll do something for you. Book me in a match. Yeah. This is genius.
Honestly, they should keep this. This is good. This is good.
Yeah, I'll tell you what else was good. The match. I mean,
it was not good.
It had Leon Slater in, so it was kind of an advantage.
Yeah, that's my exact analysis, really.
So, yeah, before this, as they were walking through, there was Javon and Leon. Basically, they were Leon was already looking past this match, understandably, about tagging with Javon and then probably running it back with this X Division title. But Stacks lays a beating on Leon Slater as we get to the match straight away with this X Division Championship match. Just beats him down in the corner. There's some European uppercuts in there as well. But as he runs at Slater, Slater gets a foot up and just high flying all over the place. Speed, obviously, is brilliant. Rana Ensaguri. He hits a handspring back elbow. Stacks goes to the outside and Leon Slater jumps onto him. Javon is loving this so much. He gets on commentary.
Teachable moment! Teachable moment!
And announces to everyone we'll be back after this break. When we come back, Stacks takes over, dumping Leon Slater. Ribs first onto the top rope. He hits the cement shoes for a 2 count. Transitions beautifully into some ground and pound. Hits a belly to back slam for 2. But Slater fights out of Fireman's carry. But Lorenzo hits him. Stacks, this is, hits him with a back elbow and a double knee gut buster for 2. But Slater counters a suplex with a sunset flip for 2 and hits a Utopia for 2. At this point, as we mentioned, Ariana Grace jumps up on the apron to support her man. But Slater hits the ropes with a handspring and that knocks her off into the arms of Javon Evans, who he's not doing anything.
No, not doing anything untoward.
Just catches her and stops her from being hurt. Puts her down immediately, but then obviously Stacks is furious about this.
He would be.
Goes outside. Javon hides behind Ariana Grace, so Stacks takes his anger out on Leon Slater, slamming him into the announce table. But all this is obviously put him off his game. When he gets back in...
I mean, how could he possibly concentrate after that has happened?
Oh, just red mist, innit? Slater kicks Stacks in the face, flying crossbody. Slater hits an awesome flip dive over the ring post to the outside, and they get back in, and he hits a 450 for the 1-2-3.
Looked like he landed his calf right on top of Stacks' dome. It was pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Look, I would say that there is a lot of, opportunity, for this Stacks, Ariana, Santino stuff to go on and on and on and on. In terms of match quality, it was above average. Slater was above, and Stacks was average.
It's fair.
Yeah.
We love him, but it's fair.
It's fair. He's still got a lot to learn.
Hold his own, but yeah.
A little bit wet behind the ears.
Like, compare this to... they've not had a match that I can think of, but then my brain resets after every week. Like a Josh Briggs, who's been really killing it in this sort of heel... Not that Stacks as a heel, obviously he's a huge babyface and all right nowadays. But in that sort of a role of everyone loves Leon Slater, beat him up and defend your woman.
Yeah.
Thought he was...
Stand by your woman.
That's how the song goes,
Yeah,
of course.
everyone knows that.
Post-match, I should mention, there was a in-ring promo from Javon and Leon Slater. As mentioned earlier, they want to team together at Halloween Havoc, and they'll face anyone. And I was doubly disappointed, not only for the Broken Universe to return without Hamlet's thoughts on it, but also the fact that Mr. Iguana comes out with La Parka to answer the challenge, and that sets up a match between the 4 of them this weekend. Iguana says, can you really have Halloween Havoc without us? And they've already spoken, thankfully, to the general manager, Ava. Brilliant booking again from her. And the tag bout is confirmed for Halloween Havoc. Paid for itself, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's absolutely. Why not?
Yeah.
Fun and excitement in a match.
The card, I know, it's me, it's NXT.
I don't hate it.
Looks like a boatload of fun.
It looks like something I'm going to feel emotions for one way or the other. Happiness for a decent chunk of it. Unyielding rage when Matt Hardy does his thing.
The match I care the least about, and this is nothing against the people in it, because I think it's a fairly obvious conclusion, is the men's NXT World Title match.
Yeah.
Like all the other ones, I'm like, well, first of all, what's that going to look like? And second of all, I'm invested in these characters. I want to know. Anyway, we'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
Before we get to it. Brilliant. My pumpkin order's arrived. I'll
Looking at Anna Louise not get it.
No, I just need to go and sign for it. I think because obviously they're
Murray's downstairs.
No, but it's they're sort of personalised pumpkins. That's
They
where I
don't
got
care.
them
They're
from.
just as on to give you a surname.
It's
and
my
let you take
face on a
picture.
pumpkin, so I need to go and sign for that. So if I just go and
Just return it if it's not printed correctly.
well, they need to match it to my. It's like
Your
facial,
face is a pumpkin
facial
because you're ginger.
I'll be.
So I don't know why he would need a pumpkin. He himself is a pumpkin. I don't know what was next on the show. I don't really care. I can't recall in a million years. I've now been yet again left in the lurch by Stack. So what do you guys want to talk about? Huh? Newcastle United. Right there. Yeah. Just wait. My beloved Newcastle United were in Champions League action last night. Almost cruelly a great performance because after that sort of tentative, nervy start that always seems to happen when you're not clicking, you're not feeling juicy, you don't have that mojo. We got the goal, and what you want is a second goal in a match like this, not just to secure that result, but that you give yourself a platform to just remember how to play free-flowing, beautiful attacking football. And the build-up play to the third goal, I kid you not, was one of the nicest bits of like 1-2 touch movement you'll see in a Champions League game, and think of the caliber that is all season. It was absolutely wonderful. It really felt like at the present, Nick Waltemada, our wonderful, beautiful, big German guy, this is the most cynical assessment of impossible, the cause of and solution to the problems, in that we have problems. We're kind of a mid-table Premier League team right now. We're not scoring enough goals, and we're not playing particularly well. He is the solution because he's banging them in, and you can tell as an absolutely wonderful footballer, an elegant, effective, selfless, wonderful to watch footballer in there with like all sorts of incredible attributes, size, skill. These things should not belong together. Also, in some way, the cause, though it's not his fault, it's just no one really knows in the team how to play with him yet. But the third goal, Eddie Howe, I'm not telling you how to do your job, but you go in to the next training session and go, this is what our goddamn attack looks like from now on. We're going to model our attack and play around this one move and all the movement in and around it. And if we do that, we could be a proposition to worry about. That's the end of the soccer tangent. Staxy.
Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry to let you down
Staxy.
last night. Sorry, Sid. Sorry, Hamlet.
It's all right. I knew you'd be down in the dumps about this, okay? So I figured I would sort of try and fire you back up,
thanks,
make you feel better.
How you doing today, brother? How's he doing?
He's resting his voice a little bit.
It's not Hamlet. Sorry, I thought he was Hamlet. Looks exactly like him. Not here, is he? Not here. Huh? Of course not. It's a day ending in Y.
Indeed. He's back. So I thought I'd give you some motivational quotes.
Okay, I like it.
Just to try and fire you up. Okay. Do the difficult things while they are easy, and do the great things while they are small. A journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step.
I like that. You know what the phrase I like to live by? Dress for the job you want, and I want a blow job.
I've got a couple more. But maybe it'll motivate you to get one. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals.
Deep, I like it. I like it deep too as well, actually. Saying is what it was Ariana. That Javon better not put his goddamn hands on it.
I thought you were going to say something else. I've just got one more for you, Stacks. It's I know not age, nor weariness, nor defeat. Relevant to you? Do you know age? Surely there's a limit.
The fifth on that one.
Hopefully there's a limit. So I just thought you would enjoy those, and that can make you feel better and motivate you to do better next time, Starks.
Exactly. I'm cheering myself up by looking forward to The 25th of October, Halloween, of course.
of course.
What's the deal with Halloween?
I'm glad you asked, Stacks. Halloween is a celebration. You know, it's observed in many countries on the 31st of October. Sorry, it's got it wrong here. The 25th in my head. The eve of the Western Christian feast of All Hallows Day. It's at the beginning of the observance of All Hallowtide, at the time of the Christian liturgical year, dedicated to remembering the dead, including saints, hallows, of course, martyrs, and all the faithful departed. In popular culture, which is what you're going to be involved in, and what you are involved in all the time, Halloween has become a celebration of horror, just generally associated with the macabre and the supernatural.
Shame that the Hamlet's not here, because of course he's now got a Halloweenie after he had that operation a few years ago.
Yes.
Anyway, you know what I'm gonna dress up as for Halloween?
No.
A plate. Because girls love to do the dishes. 3 jokes, 3 questions for you.
I don't think they love it, Stacks. I think it's just thrust upon them a lot.
Question joke number 1, Sid.
Yeah.
How do skeletons get about?
Right, okay. Get about. So, car, motorbike, plane, bones. Is there a car or a bike that has got the word bone in it? In a might have me bone. God damn it! I'm going to waste too much time on the pod. I cannot think of it.
It's right in front of you. How do skeletons get about? In a skelicopter. A skelicopter, huh?
Because usually you do the synonym. Yeah.
I
could tell James that.
Tell him this one. James, what is a vampire's favorite fruit?
Ooh, I'm so blood, apple, banana, a blood orange.
Good, not right. I mean, that one.
Probably should be right though.
What is a vampire's favorite fruit? Nectarine.
Yeah, there's some love fruit as well.
Question joke number 3. Tell James this one as well.
Surely will.
Sidgy, why don't witches wear panties? Picture that. Why don't witches wear panties?
Why don't witches wear panties? Right. Brew, cauldron, warts. Just trying to think of a semantic field of witch stuff.
Hogwarts. Good joke from last week, I remember.
Yeah. So warts, green skin, hats, broom. So,
why don't witches wear panties?
I don't know.
Why don't witches wear panties? To make sure they've got a better grip on the broom. See you later, guys.
It's very good. Very good. Bye, Stacks.
Bye, Stacks. Oh, screens have gone off. I'll fix it over here. I don't know what's happened.
Maybe some spooky Halloween.
Yeah. Someone's taken my bloody pumpkin, haven't they? So.
How do you know that?
Huh? I just went to see them. They were like, sorry, someone's already signed for it. So
I told you that was going to happen.
yeah, don't know where it's gone. Probably one of them gaming lot, innit?
There's none of them in. Oh, Joe's in.
Joe's in, yeah. What are you up to? Sorry, what have I missed?
Do you think Joe would steal food?
Do you want to tell a story very quickly?
No.
He accidentally ate Sidge's banana, didn't he?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the...
Oh, okay. I forgot there's another one.
Yeah, he would call him Banana Joe for about 3 years. Still one of my bananas.
Yeah.
I thought he said I thought they were office bananas.
Because you put a message in the Slack work group. You're like, where's my banana?
Where's my banana gone? God damn it. To be fair, there were office foods and supplies.
Yeah, and it wasn't
not on my desk.
Oh, was it on your desk?
No, it wasn't on my desk.
Oh, I'm about to panic there. Anyway.
Someone else stole an item of my food once. and claimed, I thought it was office cereal. They never, ever got good office cereal. It was nice that they did it, but they never got Crunchy Nut cornflakes.
Oh.
So you must have known. You must have known.
Also,
you were
there
a
was-
nice person, but you must have known.
Also, there was I thought, a fairly controversial take. So what it used to be like in the old office is we'd obviously get the food delivered on a Monday, and by Friday it was like one packet of ready salted crisps, if you're lucky, still in the cupboard, right?
But by Wednesday afternoon.
Because people were just like, it was like,
Because the
when your
Monday
student
was
loan
like,
comes in.
yeah, on the Monday, they'd be like, right, it's a free-for-all. On Tuesday...
Crisps, biscuits, tea, chocolate bars.
On Tuesday, they were everyone was steadily making their way through it. And then on the Wednesday, you would have that, I can't really be seen, like snuffling up the last of it. But then people would like sneakily go and just get a little custard cream here and a bagel there. And it pretty much would be all gone.
I didn't mind as much necessarily, especially some of our younger colleagues who barely had an eating strategy at that point. Just, oh, great, this bread, I'll have some toast for 3 meals, basically. I never approved of the fizzy drinks that got put in the fridge, taking several and putting them on your desk. That's not how this game works for me.
The amount of times you heard that on a Monday, I'm thinking, have a coffee.
Yeah.
It's
4 o'clock, you're going to be going home soon.
Yeah.
It's a waste.
It is a waste, and do you need 3 cans of pop?
Anyway,
Pamphlet.
speaking of things that go quickly, it's time for the first match in the WWE Speed Men's Tournament.
Oh, right, yeah, this was nothing.
There was a little pre-tape for each of these matches. Zachary Wentz, how did his promo go again? Jasper Troy.
How you didn't do that? You've been pretty.
Yeah, I'll keep this recap brief. Wentz hit a load of stuff on Troy. He didn't go down for ages. Wentz did eventually get him down. Crossbody Troy to the floor. There was a double stomp to the spine in there before that, actually. Troy catches him as Wentz tries to hit a dive, but Wentz escapes, kicks him on the apron, hits a corkscrew dive, hits a swanton, gets 2+, but in the end just gets wrecked by Jasper Troy, who hits the black hole slam for the 1-2-3. Advances to the final.
Yeah, I'll keep my analysis brief. It was mediocre.
I think it was far it's a low bar, granted, but I think it was far superseded by, obviously, Axiom later on, who I thought really shone again.
I mean, he got it.
Yeah.
This match didn't get it. It was like just slightly quicker than normal.
yeah, exactly. Him and Sean Legacy a little bit later on. Before we get to that, though, we see Kalani Jordan's belongings being chucked out of the NXT locker room, basically. She's a traitor.
She's getting the Miz treatment.
Yeah.
There's Bradshaw around the corner.
We watched Meet Sidge and Hamlet for
He was loving this yesterday.
You were loving it as well.
Yeah,
a little bit.
a little bit.
We watched the Miz's debut match against Tatanka from, what was it, like 2006?
Yeah, he peaked.
Hoorah!
Hoorah! He's like taken so literally and enthusiastically. You gotta make him care, kid. You gotta make it
like every second count, yeah.
Every second count. Okay. So he does a different thing every second. Hoorah! Hoorah!
Male Nikita Lyons. There's a bit where I think all he does is he lands on his feet from a Tatanka throw and then does something. I don't know, hit a punch or whatever. And he like looks around and then starts doing the robot. We're like, this guy's class. And he's quite big as well, isn't he? Big boy.
Big Miz days.
Yeah.
He's in his Big Miz era.
Yeah.
They're all quite big back then.
Yeah. Anyway, Jordan Grace isn't happy about this treatment of Kalani Jordan.
Hoorah!
Hoorah! Tatanka's on a losing streak at that time, by the way. And they were, who's the name I said that they were putting over on commentary? And I was like, this was a dark time for SmackDown. I can't remember who it was.
Sylvester Turkey.
That was it. They said Tatanka might have lost last week, but at least he got Sylvester Turkey off his feet. What the hell are you talking about?
Who the hell are you talking to? That was the business. It was on its ass.
At one point, he was on the apron, slid through his Tatanka's legs, and then went, oh, and then sort of come on, high five. That's pretty decent. Big old chop from. And then he used the ropes for leverage at 3.1 of the pinfall. By the way, couldn't get. Doesn't matter. One anyway. See you later.
See you later. Hoorah!
I always think because I love clips of. Sorry to go off on a tangent.
Okay.
Jordan Grace and Clyde Jordan are going to fight each other, aren't they? Eventually.
Yep.
Yeah. I love watching clips of. You and I have talked about our love for Brian Alvarez and Brian and Vinny and stuff like that. I love watching clips of them losing their mind at WCW in the dark times or TNA almost any time other than this one, obviously. And I think when you watch those things, everyone thinks, wouldn't it be funny if the three of us, if we had the time, went and watched back some the really crap stuff, and then it's it's just funny, and then it's it's a job now. They have to watch it week in and week out, and I'm like, yes, I'm
already sick of this modern crap.
Yeah.
Hoorah!
Should I get hoorah on the sound?
Yeah.
I don't know what the official time to use it would be, but I'm sure we'll work it out.
Yeah. When someone does something that's you're probably trying too hard there.
Yeah.
Hoorah! So Nikki Lyons, hoorah! She's doing that ass thing that she does in the corner.
Get it back. Come on. But speaking of the soundboard, I think it's time we use this.
No!
Because after the Kalani Jordan Grace bit, we get a promo from Dark State basically saying we're going to kick your ass and take our tag titles back, but then it is
you little bitch.
It is corrupted by the Hardys, and they're in the compound. They're wearing all their belts because they got the TNA and the NXT tag titles.
How's he done this in 4 companies?
They walk into the lake.
If you count, he's done a TNA, WWE main roster. He did it on an AEW. Tony Khan, you should be embarrassed that you broke the rules of your storytelling universe for this idiot.
Teleported around the arena, didn't it? I know it was obviously Pando time.
Yep. And then, subsequent to that, Tony Khan did this little gimmick where he's like, oh, actually, there was a glitch with the whatever, or it was a projection, which is his kayfabe way of saying, look, I'm sorry, I didn't want to break I felt desperate, or I shouldn't have done that. I don't really like the broken character that much. We'll have Big Money Matt instead. He's basically saying, that was absolutely bobbins. I apologize. I should not have
Who could have seen this coming?
Yeah, I should not have allowed Matt Hardy, of all people, to do whatever he wants. And I really resent the fact that I broke my storytelling fictional world, which is close to the real one. For this, I apologize. 2 years later, they do the firm deletion where it turns at night by magic when the firm turn up.
Yeah. The only thing I remember that wasn't there
Tony Khan should be embarrassed.
Wasn't it like a mad spot?
Have a backbone.
Was it Isaiah Cassidy? Someone did a
There was one good bit.
Yeah,
there was
right?
literally one good bit, and then that entire match, and I was like, oh, you son of a bitch, Matt Hardy, you popped me. It must be good if I've lowered my defenses to allow you into my laugh. So Isaiah Cassidy was fond of it was from a vlog or whatever.
I don't know what you guys do.
So it was he kept going up to people. He did it to Kenny Omega once.
This is the best.
Isaiah Cassidy would just go, and it was a good bit.
Hoorah!
Hoorah! And he'd go, So he gets written out the storylines, right? And you think, oh, God, no, Isaiah Cassidy in the firm deletion. Oh, no. I didn't get a lot of sleep that week, actually.
Yeah. Someone in the comments yesterday said it's the new favourite bit of you not getting enough sleep because you're worried about Kenny Omega and Jungle Boy.
Honestly, it keeps me up at night, man. I really hope. It looks like that it's trending in the right direction, but you don't know for sure yet.
You never tell, yeah.
So Isaiah Cassidy's written out the match, and this is just two melding together of two bits. It's like you've put those together, and that's brilliant. So like the Hardys are getting their ass kicked, and the firm are on top, and like Isaiah Cassidy like emerges on the roof of the house, and all you can hear is and then Matt Hardy goes, "Brothers, I knew you'd come." Good.
Yeah.
Annoyingly good. And I will say this, okay? I despise Matt Hardy. I absolutely hate Matt Hardy. As, you know, I don't know anything about him. I'm glad I don't. But I despise what's the fairest way of putting it? I despise vehemently the public image Matt Hardy projects onto the world and burdens me with. Okay? This passive-aggressive, I could have been someone, also I'm a legend, could have been even more of a legend if they just listened to my ideas, but people have got a different way of doing things. Just say it. Just say that you think Tony Khan is a mark for matches. He's more about the matches, not so more about the moments, you know? Don't be above it all. You're in the muck. You're a pig. You know? You are a pig. This passive-aggressive dickhead energy that Matt Hardy has always had, really, really cannot stand the energy he brings into the world. And I mean that. Elements of the 2016 stuff, quite funny. Like, quite well delivered, quite creative is a rotten word as it pertains to pro wrestling a lot of the time, but it's only TNA.
Yeah, I love the fact that they were so desperate. They did the thing of like, you know, and people like, you know, like a romantic scene will like sweep everything off a desk. That's what they basically did with every other creative idea, right? Get rid of that. Everything's you, Matt Hardy.
Yeah. Like, it was only, I don't care about the sanctity of Impact Wrestling's fictional world. You can break it all you want. I don't care. On its own terms, there were the odd good bit. And I will say, Full Gear 2020, in that otherwise wretched affair with Sammy Guevara, some kind of deletion when they were having the fight, and it was that time of year, so it was actually quite wet in the ground, and like Sammy Guevara bumps on it, and Matt Hardy goes, "The competition is in the mud. You love to see it." Every now and then he had a popper. Every now and then he had a popper. I wonder if there's actually anything funny in this match. That'll be the test.
Yeah, because, well, yeah, as you mentioned, this is now happening at Halloween Havoc, not just a normal match, but a broken rules match, because Matt and Jeff come out of the Lake of Reincarnation. They are broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero. They have awoken, and they challenge Dark State to this broken rules match. Broken is where they thrive. The State of Dark have awoken the Hardys.
Yeah, now I hate it. Now I remember how much I hate it.
They will fade away and classify themselves as obsolete. Broken Matt is sentencing the State of Dark to deletion. Delete.
How does he keep doing this? It is a joke. It is an absolute joke how I'm subjected to this nonsense. And again, I'll probably bury it when it happens, and that's a good bit, I'll tell you. It's only NXT. I, of all people, cannot in good faith say, "Oh, God, this Matt Hardy stuff's bending the rule." It's NXT. It's already completely broken in itself, right?
Broken or goated, did you say? Sorry.
I said broken.
Okay.
But it's not so much what's happened to this business. This business that was fake all along. Who cares? Right. It's like, so he does this and it catches fire. It's different. In 2016 context, people are desperate for something different.
We'll have anything, yeah.
People, in fact, are so desperate for something different because main roster WWE is so turgid that they actually start opening their minds and subscribing to New Japan World and catching on this BTE craze and trends happen and da-da-da-da. So I understand in context why the 2016 stuff took off. You do it on the main roster, by the time it's already dead, in typical Vince McMahon fashion, they don't even want to promote it.
Yep.
Its time in the sun has gone. It doesn't work. Tony Khan is sometimes... Some people accuse him of being a feckless turd on occasion, which is not nice, but it is nonetheless accurate. The amount of stuff that you know deep down he doesn't like and doesn't want to put on his show, he will put on his show if people ask him nicely enough. And that's his fatal flaw, realistically. And I think he's getting better at it, but we'll see. So it's just like, why? And this is 2023, I think, the firm stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a quinky dink. The worst year in AEW history. He allows the firm deletion on there because he's completely allowing Jimmy Jacobs to run riot. The Devil storyline's ongoing. You know, it's awful. It's awful. So the firm deletion, how did that get in there? Well, I can answer that question. It's because Tony Khan had no spine, and maybe it's getting reattached. It's not quite an invertebrate, but we'll see.
Just looking there, because I was looking.
I'm not finished my rant.
Sorry.
How? In Hamflet always tells me, the resident WhatCulture Wrestling podcast meteorologist.
Nice.
When he does his temperature check, it's red hot, mate. Now he himself has admitted, we're cooling. It's still hot enough where you do not need Matt Hardy. They've still got Cody Rhodes as a big-time draw.
Mm-hmm.
They've got, CM Punk is a big-time draw on Raw, and there's still loads left they haven't explored with him. Probably because he's been feuding with Seth Rollins for 84 years, right? They've got too much talent that they know how to book now in NXT. They've got Bron Breakker. Jury's out, in my opinion, but people still think he could really, really rise up those ranks and be a headliner. There's loads going on in WWE, and if there ain't, they can bring in a Jericho. Okay, they do not need TNA. They're just trying to prop it up as the number 2 to try and thwart AEW. Matt Hardy, they're finishing the job Matt Hardy started, in my opinion, with that. I told you February 2020 was the best month in AEW history, yeah? In terms of creative, everything clicking. We're having a March. Who debuted in March? It's just, how do they keep getting work? Come on. They're a Major League Wrestling act, and I don't mean that as a compliment. I mean capitalization, the promotion that somehow still exists, Major League Wrestling. Who are, or NWA. They're in NXT. I have to watch it. How does it keep happening?
Just looking there as to what was going on in May of 2016 in WWE when this all kicked off with the Broken Universe. May 22nd, 2016 was Extreme Rules, with, of course, the tagline, "There are no rules, Extreme Rules."
Which one?
Which one? How's that work then? Featuring
Charlotte. Is that the Ambrose Jericho?
Ambrose Jericho. Roman Reigns,
Is that
AJ...
the Ambrose Asylum?
The Asylum match, yep. Also, Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, Extreme Rules.
Would have been goated. Their series was goated.
And Charlotte and Natalya in a submission match. Fairly obvious that Charlotte was going to win that one.
Why is that, Adam?
Because Charlotte's got a multitude of offense, and Natalya, despite her wrestling heritage, can't put a sharpshooter on to save her life.
It's gone.
Right, now time for a performative reading of what happened next on NXT. Before we do this, by the way, this isn't meant to be harsh, or we're not poking fun at this. We're trying to make light.
We are.
We're not making light of it. Sorry, we're trying to bring some joy into a dark time, because I genuinely gutted that Sol Ruka's got injured.
She was like on the cusp of really, really making it. You could see that WWE, and understandably so, like for what they want to present anyway, saw the goddamn world and Sol Ruka. They're belting her up. This stuff with Zarya was one of the big storylines in NXT. She's cameoing on SmackDown because they sense they need to shake up the roster, and she's one of the acts that they've featured, pushed, built, really sort of fell head over heels in love with down in NXT. So the timing of this could not be worse, man. The
saving grace might be the fact that they didn't give an explicit date. I don't know if that's good or bad. That they said, we don't know how long this is going to be out for, but she's going to have to vacate. Which in theory, she was going to have to vacate the North American title. No mention the speed title. Who cares about that?
Who cares? By the way, check out the men's speed action later on in the show. But that was pretty dumb.
But yeah, this seemingly stemmed, at least in storyline, from the match on SmackDown. where her and Zarya had fought for the tag titles against Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Worrying signs heading into this show because there was a tweet saying Sol Ruka's going to be in ring to talk about her situation. So we all knew what was coming especially when she was walking to the ring with a big knee brace on, flanked by Zarya. But yeah, we thought we'd kind of try and recreate this as much as possible. We'll be playing several roles. The colleague to my right here, Michael Sidgwick, will be playing the roles of Ava and Zarya, and I'll be playing the roles of maybe a reimagined version of Sol Ruka and Blake Monroe. Again, just trying to have a laugh here. We're not doing this. Well. So yeah, they're in the ring. There's Ava, Sol Ruka, and Zarya.
Okay. Let's get a character here. All right. Sol, I know that we spoke earlier, and you know how I feel, but you said you wanted to address the WWE Universe, so the floor is yours.
Clearly, I'm not walking around like I usually do, dude. Unfortunately, on Friday, I got injured, dude, in our tag team title match against Charlotte Alexa, dude. Totally pitted. I'm not here to blame it on anybody.
I wonder if the disclaimer now means nothing.
So I'll just do Sol Ruka as a normal.
Just do it, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
That's fine.
She was
you gotta laugh.
She's a surfer. It's all love, Sol. I didn't come out here to put the blame on anyone.
God, you bottled it.
The injuries happen, dude. It's just part of the game, dude. Gotta move on, man. That being said,
do a normal voice.
Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. She's not medically cleared, and I'm unable to defend my North American Championship against Blake Monroe. Hello. I don't know when I'm going to be cleared. All I know is I'm not going to be good for Saturday.
Sol, look, I know what you're trying to say, but I don't think you have to do this. I mean, what about your speed title?
Can't we talk about that later, dude? I want to hold up one division, let alone two, man. I want this in a ladder match. Stand a little, because Stephanie Vacquet said there's so many women in the locker room waiting for their opportunity, dude, and that hasn't changed. Gonna earn this back. Out comes Blake Monroe. She says,
You just wanted to grantham out. It's not about making light of Sol Ruka's injury, which
No,
genuinely
we're
all
not.
the best wishes in the world. I think he just wanted to put his finger in his mouth.
I got a taste for it on SmackDown, basically.
Well, your own finger. Where's it been?
If you have to ask. I'm so sorry, Sol. How unfortunate. But you need not worry about the future of the North American Championship.
Isn't she English?
Oh, yeah. You need not worry about the future.
Do it.
You need not worry about the future of the North American Championship, because I am right here.
Keith Lee. Because it is I, Keith Lee.
I was supposed to have the match on Halloween. And therefore, I am the number one contender. And since Sol cannot defend her championship, who knows when you'll be cleared? The champion should be I. I came to NXT to make it more glamorous, and I'll make that North American Championship glamorous too.
Zarya.
No. Wait, Ava. Do not take anything she says into consideration because, Blake, you do not deserve to get given a title, especially one Sol won. Busted her ass. Defend time and time again. This is NXT, Blake. We do not give handouts.
Oh, yeah. So well done, Zarya. There we go again, fighting all of Sol's battles for her. Maybe one day you should try, I don't know, doing something for yourself. But until then, this brand needs a North American champion, and whom better than moi? That's actually what was said.
Yep.
Sorry, I hate to say this, dude. She's kind of right, man. I don't know when I'm going to be cleared.
No. And I'm doing the voice because she screams a lot in the ring, and she's like Mad Max or whatever.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
He's also a bit Ava for it.
I don't know.
That's exactly right. We don't know when you're gonna come back. It could be a few months. It could be a few weeks. You know what? Don't even worry about it. I got you.
We got it. You're best friends. Who cares?
Shut your mouth, Blake. Saul, I can defend the title against Blake at Halloween Havoc. I can defend the North American Championship in Saul's Honor. Yeah.
It was going to be Macho Man.
Ava, what do you think?
Oh, it's me. Oh, don't you dare answer that. We get it. You love Saul and Saul loves you, and this is probably closest you'll ever get to a championship. That's not how this works.
Okay, Blake, she asked me, not you. Now, although it's a bit unconventional, I actually think it's, sorry, I need to get back in the character. That was too expressive.
Yeah.
Okay, Blake, she asked me, not you. Now, although it's a bit unconventional, I actually think it's a great idea. But Saul, it's your title. It's your choice.
Fought so hard for this title, dude, but there's no one in the world I trust more than you, Zarya. I say yeah.
So then it's official. This Saturday at Halloween Havoc, it will be Blake Monroe versus Zarya for the Women's North American Championship.
So the match is set. Blake's annoyed. She yells at Ava. Zarya grabs Blake and F5s her and stands over her with the North American title. Scene.
Yeah, we might have flanderized this podcast.
Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, good. I like this as a development.
Yep.
Making the best of a very bad situation. Genuinely hope Solrook is all right.
Maybe she is. It's just, this very conveniently feeds into the storylines.
It does, doesn't it?
I'm not saying that.
Title.
The wrestlers, man, you can't just take everything at face value. I kind of hope she isn't injured after that.
Yeah. We see a clip from NXT Anonymous. Miles Bourne and Tavian Heights are frustrated in their situations. But the legend that is Josh Briggs rocks up saying, oh, bloody hell, grown men crying again. Of course, it was LA Knight, so that's fine, obviously.
Grown men are crying again.
He says, you have to wait a long time if you're looking for popularity and success. I beat the internet's favourite, Matt Cardona, last week. Not sure if you saw. I pissed everyone off on
I'm
the
not sure he's the internet's favourite neither.
He says there's only room for one person at the top, and it's not you. It's not you. But hey, at least the fans love you. I really like Josh Briggs.
Hey, he's finally getting somewhere as a singles act.
Yeah, just still long for the boys to get back together one day.
Yep.
Back to the men's WWE Speed Championship #1 contenders tournament. This was the best of the two matches, obviously, because it featured former NXT Tag Team Champion Axiom. See the story today that apparently the original plan was
Mask versus hair.
At Stand and Deliver, yeah.
I mean, I'm sick of being teased by pro wrestlers. Like, there's not a lot left. Like, if you go back to 2016, right, and, people all over the internet were, like, disillusioned with the Fed and saying, God, I miss blood. I miss scripted promos. I wish that wrestling was less constricted on TV. I wish they would bring back War Games. God, I miss stables. Oh, can't CM Punk come back? He got everything you ever bitched about that I was really bitching about in 2016. You got it tenfold. God, I wish a wrestler could just jump from wherever and be treated like a big deal instead of being repackaged. I'm bored of that now. We're bored of jumps. Wrestling has given everyone a concentrated dose of everything they ever wanted. And now, whether people want to articulate it or admit it or not, they're now kind of full. There's very little left of like, oh, I've seen this. Oh, yeah, what a great move. Saw it on Dynamite 4 years ago. There is an element of all this, right? We don't do hair matches that much. Mask versus hair and stuff, especially now there's been a proliferation of like luchadors on like American TV, and that's a great thing, incidentally. But like, I remember when Jericho and Ortiz had that hair match.
Yeah.
It's like people love the idea of someone getting shaved bald in front of them. The idea that those Ortiz near falls on Jericho will live with me as long as I live.
Was there another one they did? And they went, Jack
Evans could do it. It was Orange Cassidy, Matt Hardy.
That was it. I remember that now. Yeah, I I still maintain, I'm not sure if I mentioned this on the Raw or the SmackDown podcast that we did on Monday. It's very ironic that I did this because I suggested they do a hair versus mask match on SmackDown or as part of the SmackDown thing where Ciampa volunteers Gargano's hair and Fraser volunteers Axiom's mask. Both of them like, what?
I like that.
I mentioned that on Monday and I was like, I would love to have seen that, but I'm also kind of glad that they're still together for the time being.
All in. I said Mystical MJF All in Texas should have been mask versus hair. I mean, you got the backdrop of the second Arena Mexico match, which was incredible. I'm glad it didn't take place in front of a US audience. But my God, the next All In, if they want to do something that people want to see, you need to do a hair match at the next All In Texas. People go crazy for it.
I agree. Anyway, Axiom versus Shawn Legacy. This was just great. It was just, it's a 3-minute match, but it was a 3-minute sprint. Just big kick from Legacy to start us off. DDT for 2. Axiom gets off Legacy's shoulders, half and half suplex. He kicks him and covers him for 2. There's an inverted suplex for 2, a springboard splash, but Axiom counters into a submission attempt. Legacy pulls Axiom up. They go into the ropes. Axiom hits a Spanish fly. They trade shots. There's a super kick in there. Legacy hits a forearm and a kip, goes up top, but gets caught up there and hit with a top rope Spanish fly just as the time's about to run out to give Axiom the win, who advances to face Jasper Troy in the finals of the Men's Speed Championship #1 Contenders Tournament.
So this wasn't state of the art or nothing, but it was well worked. It was exciting. It was quick. Than most matches, which is the point of WWE Speed, and they didn't get it as good as, remember MJF Ospreay? I actually thought that Dynamite match was a bit overrated, a bit too, we are having a good match, please enjoy it. But in terms of that, as cynical as it kind of was, it was still like incredibly well done, particularly, was it a second to spare? And it was a shoot. I mean, that especially after how hard they'd gone and how like long they'd gone. Incredible. Nowhere near that, but well timed enough.
Yeah, and we said yesterday it should be Axiom versus Jasper Troy in the finals.
Yeah,
they've done that. We get a nice promo from Ethan Page talking about his Day of the Dead match with Dr. Wagner Jr. At Halloween. He's done his research. He's ready for Saturday. They're fighting for something far more important than his stupid mask, though. They're fighting for the NXT North American Championship. In his prime, Wagner's dad couldn't touch him. He says, it's your rules, but you'll be the one leaving the desert. I'll be the one leaving you for dead in the desert. And I like he had half of his face painted up. Look good. I like Ethan Page.
Yeah.
Excited for this weird match again.
He's growing on me a little bit. For better or worse, he's a true WWE guy who just fits in there.
Then we got Hank and Tank versus a returning OTM.
Got the tightest tits in the game as well, of course.
Next year.
I've got the tightest tits in the game. That was a massive popper back in the day, that.
We've got a gym in our new office, so if we wanted to deliver on that promise that we made 2 years ago.
Well, you know what? I probably won't. I'll be realistic about it. You know what? I've got some free days this week. No kids' responsibilities this week. So there's some weights in the house. My wife's into it at the minute. So maybe I'll do a bit of that and be ripped next week.
Clanging and
That's
banging.
how long it takes, isn't it?
Yeah, basically. It was Hank and Tank versus OTM. And they brawl during OTM's entrance, and Hank and Tank do a big dive onto Lucian Price and Bronco Nima. But Nima hits a cheap shot behind the ref's back as Hank and Tank were in control, and Hank just gets isolated and destroyed. But eventually, Tank gets the hot tag, runs through OTM. There's an inverted atomic drop in there and a springboard shoulder block. But Lucian Price breaks up the near fall. Hank takes a Uranagi, rolls out of the ring, and Tank fights him off 2-on-1, but the numbers game eventually catches up to him, and he eats an assisted spine buster for the 1-2-3. Post-match, OTM destroy Hank and Tank. They hit him with the ring steps, and Tank gets sent through the announce table. OTM making a statement.
This was the usual Hank and Tank and OTM style match where it was a basic procession of power moves exchanged and not really sold at a rate that was just kind of numbing, and it meant it was just there. I did enjoy Hank in particular going Raji. He was just in his element being Hank.
Pull his jumper up.
Yeah. No, I liked him.
Ren Sinclair's backstage on the phone with Charlie Dempsey. She's got big plans for the Ren QCC, including bringing Lash Legend in, I think. She wants to revamp it, basically. Lash thinks her plan's stupid, but Kendall Gray walks up. She's the new Evolve champion, of course, and tells Lash, I'll let you just push everyone around now. Lash is like, all confident now, you won a title. Don't be fine in her battle. She's a loser, and I've got no problem sending you back to Evolve. And Lash calls Kendall a little girl, tells you to watch it.
Well,
Kendall Gray, I've heard very good things about. I haven't watched much of her, obviously. I want the world for Lash Legend.
Lash is great. She could be great.
It was thingy, wasn't it? It was Nia Jax, that match, where we were like, there it is, she's made.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
So good.
One of my favourite matches of the year, that.
Yes.
Didn't make my top 10, but it really was high up there.
It was good, wasn't it? Yeah. Then we got the tag match. It was two of the three members of Fatal Influence. Fatal Influence, of course, former Women's North American champion Fallon Henley, the new addition to the group, replacing Jasmine Nix, Lainey Reed, and of course NXT Women's Champion JC Jane. They were taking on the Culling, Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame. Look good together, Tatum and Izzy, actually.
Yeah.
Matching gear, look really good on offense together. To take us to a break, Paxley hits a wrecking ball dropkick on Fallon Henley, who's trying to get involved in the match. But Lainey Reed uses this opportunity to tie up Tatum's legs, and Jane hits a draping neck breaker as we go to a break. When we come back, Izzy gets the hot tag. Good sort of babyface fire from Izzy Dame here. She runs over JC. There's a big boot to Lainey. Put them both in the corner, splashes them. There's a double lung blower, choke slam. JC Jane just kicks out at 2+. Izzy sends JC into the ropes, but JC counters whatever she's doing into a DDT. Tatum comes in. There's a super kick. She hits a slam. Lainey breaks up the pin. Izzy clotheslines Lainey, knocks her out of the ring. JC and Tatum trade shots. Fallon goes to get involved. Izzy takes her out, but then Lainey pulls Izzy out of the ring. All this distraction allows JC to nail the number one contender, Tatum Paxley, with a rolling encore for the 1-2-3. And they jump Izzy Dame after the match. She gets sent into the ring steps, and now it's just...
What are ring steps?
Yeah.
Not ring steps, though.
So it's just Tatum Paxley now, 3-on-1. They hold her up. JC Jane's going to clobber her with the title. She's not going to make it to Halloween. But... God, Tatum. She kicks JC Jane away. She goes to hit her with the belt, drops Lainey and Fallon, and hits a psycho blade to stand tall with the title. Doesn't look good for Saturday as a result of that, but looked awesome.
Yeah, unfathomably stupid booking that only begins to make sense and then kind of makes a decent amount of sense when your brain has been polluted and corrupted by WWE booking. This takes a vast understanding and experience of watching WWE to make sense, but that's what we've all kind of been doing for ages. In that, you're thinking, right, well, if Tatum Paxley, this is how stupid WWE in particular is. If Tatum Paxley just took the pin before the big match,
wait a second,
that means she's going to win it maybe, because usually when the challenger pins the champion in a non-title affair, that's just a way to fool you into thinking they are gonna win the title, and they're not. But subverting that and creating something that on the fictional face of it is completely stupid. She's lost all form and momentum, and maybe even like the right to challenge for the title. That doesn't matter, bitch. Sweep that off the table, because you're operating under subverted WWE logic, and it was probably a good finish in terms of, I'm going to watch Halloween Havoc and think, well, she's a loser. That means she's going to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
then she also stood tall.
I've been watching this bullshit for too long.
Yeah. And then we got to close out the show, the contract signing for the NXT Championship match at Halloween Havoc.
The match was kind of just there, actually. That tag.
Yeah, they told
if you told me that match was going to happen with those specific competitors, I would have known exactly the type of moves, the story told, the pace at which the moves were going to be exchanged. I can see it before it happens.
Izzy's going to turn around and say, I got my ass handed to I got my head caved in for you. And that's...
Yeah. And just in terms of the action, like it's just the same, like, structure, pace. Yeah.
I like Izzy Dame. She looked good in there. But she's going to betray her friend, so I hate her. Contract signing. There's, as with always these things, there's Ava, there's the two people signing the contract, and then there's four people whose faces we will try and remember in about 4 years' time for a list that's like, oh, there's the new North American champion. He was actually security guard for this segment. Because, it's always weird because it's like, you know, not saying that there's a certain look to security guards at IRL, but like in any wrestling promotion, it's always like 6'8" guy who looks like a square. Just the weirdest, like massively jacked guy, sort of weird, languid. What's going on here, guy? Who's hiring you? Yeah. So Ava's in the ring with security and brings up. Well, she's about to bring out the people because I'll tell you what she said. Sidge. She said, this Saturday at Halloween Havoc. Two of the biggest superstars in NXT. Go one-on-one for the first time ever. With the NXT Championship on the line. Now, obviously, last week backstage. Things got absolutely out of hand. But I told both superstars. Keep it together until the contract signing. So let's make it official. Brings out Trick and Ricky Saints. And thought they had a good back and forth here.
I really like this.
Yeah, Trick was like...
This is the business.
I was like, Trick, you were a cocky bastard. You were...
I love him as a heel so much.
It's amazing.
I'm in love with Trick Williams.
He's like...
And Trick Williams is in love with Trick Williams as well, baby.
He was just on form. And I loved Ricky's like fire back. I don't say that to me.
You just got the big plumpy cocks out.
Yeah.
And started pissing in the middle of the ring. Who could do it furthest? This is pro wrestling and masculine energy.
Yeah. Trick says, like I said last week, do things on my own time. I'll wait for my moment and my spotlight. That's why I'm the main event. You're mad. Yeah, look, you're an NXT champion. I'm still the main event. I left you hanging at Showdown to prove one thing. There's only one man who can put NXT on his back. It's Trick Williams. And that's not because I love NXT that much.
Thank you. One of them said it.
I owe NXT and TNA nothing. I'm loyal.
Nothing, he said like that.
Yeah, nothing. I'm loyal.
Nothing.
I'm loyal only to Trick Williams. Since I love Trick Williams loves me.
It's like Outrunners pilled this. I think that's why I like it so
much. I've watched it back again. I watched it this morning. I was like, oh, I'm watching it. I've got 5
If you're anything like me, and I know that I am.
If you loves me like I loves me, she been me. I know we're going to do what's best for Trick Williams and become a 3-time champion. 3-time champion. 3-time champion, he says. Ricky's like, yeah, get on with it. Sign the contract. He says, look, I know I'm an emotional guy. I can't say the same for you, though. I've been focused by this title, but what did it do to you? You lost the plot along the way. You thought you were bigger than the brand, the people in the back, and the title. You were ready to leave a while ago. Trick's like, look what I created. Must be hard for someone like you who ground it out on the indies. I didn't belong on the indies. When I look in your eyes, I see someone cosplaying, trying his best to be a stunt double for old Trick Williams. But at best, you're a stand-in. I'm going to whoop your ass and bring an end to the absolute era. He's loving himself, Trick Williams, at this point.
No, I am too, baby.
Ricky Saints just... Don't talk to me about grinding on the indies. Stuff I've been through, your ass would have folded like the shirts you got on. You understand what I'm saying? One thing about me, I can never, ever be a Trick Williams replacement. I'm the blueprint. You're trying to be like me. I'm smoother. I'm silkier. I'm more stylish than you'll ever be.
I love it when he starts like he's in the process of I'm overwhelmed by myself. I'm going to have to start jacking it to myself.
I mean, I've got a big old veiny cock. I'm the man who's the face of NXT. You understand me? This is my house. I'm locked in. Come Saturday, guess what? Your ass is locked out. Because I am absolute Ricky Saints.
Bitch.
And like they sign a contract and they get into it. Security holds them back. Trick Williams just trick shot. And they get into it. And it looks like Trick's going to, well, he knocks him down. Looks like he's going to lay him out. But he spent one more, he was enjoying it too much because he was enjoying it with a promo. And he like just sends Ricky down to a knee. And he's like, yeah, that's right. I'm the best, baby. And obviously Saints recovers and F5s Trick Williams through the table to stand tall.
This is the most basic imaginable, and you know me. Oh, you should. You've got to know me over the course of this podcast if it's somehow your first ever one. Right. I goddamn hate lack of ideas, like uninspired, solid, just do whatever we usually do. God damn it, I need something radical. This was a face-to-face confrontation where they talked about representing a brand, and it was a contract signing that ended in a table getting smashed. I should by rights have hated this, and yet Trick Williams in particular was so goddamn charismatic that I was just hypnotized with, enthralled by him. Give him the WrestleMania main event. Give him everything. I will say, right, this was good Ricky Sainz, but Ricky Sainz he's always like doing Ricky Sainz.
He needs this version of a person to play off.
He does, but the only criticism I would have of Ricky Sainz is that, like, the first time I heard him explode with all this passion, I was like, Christ, it's like all those years of being overlooked when he was a really great talker, handsome, marketable, like star quality, all the rest of it. But because he wasn't doing, I never heard of him really. When the indie boom was happening, 2016 onwards, and PWG guys and NXT never looked at him, for example. So the first time I heard him do this bit full of piss, vinegar, defiance, I thought, Christ, he is really harnessed that decade of just being in the wilderness when he thought, I can talk people into buildings and what's going on. It's revealed itself to be a bit now because he's done it far too often. So that's a bit like when he does it, I was like, I don't believe this actually. Well performed, don't believe it. Trick Williams, I completely buy, is like at this point, like his bell end is being chafed by the cuff of the ankles of his trousers because
kind of guy,
his dick is that big.
When he walks into a room,
his dick's already been there 2 minutes. He is so full of himself, and it's like, I get why. Look at you. You're a megastar. Like, at this point, his work is more like solid, few errors in his matches. There's still some, but like he doesn't get completely lost, and he doesn't not connect by about 5 feet. I think he's as good as we're going to get him. Get him on that main roster.
I was going to say, yeah.
Get him on that main roster.
For years, quite rightly,
yeah.
You've been saying about Trick Williams.
Get him to Japan on excursion.
And they
went too much of a star to waste.
They listened to the podcast. Everyone does, obviously. One UK wrestling podcast for a reason. And they heard that and they went, got you. TNA.
But it's helped him a bit.
It has. He's like cock of the walk now, isn't he? Yes.
It's magic, man.
This show is the tits, and it sold us on...
it's the tits, brother.
It sold us on watching and now apparently reviewing...
Don't necessarily endorse that comment, by the way.
It sold us on reviewing Halloween Havoc on Monday.
Sold you, and I went along with it. Because it's... I'd rather watch that than Collision.
I mean, come on. Let us know your thoughts on NXT in the comment section below, or on X at WhatCulture WWE. Watch so you can follow both of us. You can follow Michael Sidgwick at...
M. Sidgwick.
Follow me at Adam Wilbourn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. Make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling wherever you get your podcasts from for daily wrestling podcasts. The AEW Dynamite preview is available right now, but for now, this has been the NXT review. My thanks to Hamflet, to Sidgwick, to Stacks. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.